Do you want to know what important dates for this week distributions? If you don't want to miss distribution for this week, you have to have on this ETF on this date I'm going to show you here, which is September 4th, 2025. And you're going to be on a record on that date. Then your payment will be on Friday, September 5th. That's very soon, which is Friday, right? A couple of days from now. Most of this week distributions came from ROC, which is return of capital. As you can see here, is 100%, 100%. There is a 97, there's 71, 42. There are a few zeros there. I'm going to show which ETFs paid zero. And we have 96, we have 81, we have 94. So on average, I would say is 80% from all the distribution for this week. But that can be a good thing, that can be a bad thing. Some people view it as getting your own money, but some people think that is the best way to shelter themselves from paying taxes. But end of the day, return of capital, as I've explained so many times, is just a strategy that these ETFs providers use to lessen the burden of taxation. That's all it is. And again, if you're investing in taxable account, that matters. But if you're investing in tax-sheltered account, then you don't have to worry about that because you never have to deal with taxation every year. Now let's look at how much they paid. Chappy is going to pay 38 cents, or about 38%. GP2I will pay 30 cents, or about 35%. LIFG 44 cents, 65%. qdte 28 cents, about 34%, RDTY 45 cents, about 53%, STTY 19 cents, 22%. So if you've been following the trend, most of these fund of funds, weekly distribution ETF, usually pay lower distributions. You can see here, they're like only 38, 29, and the yield is very low, about 38%, 35%. The most is about 65%. But when it comes to ULTY, for example, do pay a little bit higher. As you can see here, ULT is going to pay about 9 cents, and that represents about 83%. Salty, this is a brand new ETF, just came out not too long ago. It's going to pay about 71 cents, and that represents about a 75% yield. So it's a little bit less yield than ULT. YMAG is only going to pay 8 cents, and that's about 29%. YMAG has been paying lower distributions for a long time, but the stock price is very sturdy. As you can see, right now is around $15, and it's been like that for quite some time. It's not one of those volatile ETF. As you may know, this is an ETF that has exposure to Magnificent 7 ETF, so there are 7 stocks. And now YMax, a fund of fund, as you know, it has most of YieldMax single stock ETFs. It's going to pay about 11 cents, and that's only 45%, a very low yield. But on average, usually ranges between 40 to like a 70. That's the most they can pay. But then you're getting this weekly. Now we're moving to single stock ETFs. Most of these ETFs pay every 4 weeks. And in that count, you can say every month. But of course, every 4 week rotates. So sometimes you end up getting about 2 times in 1 month. Okay, we start with BRKC. This is a Berkshire Hathaway ETF. It's going to be about $1, and that's only 26%, very low yield. A Crash, this is a short of Tesla, it's going to pay only 16 cents. That's about only 51%. A FIT is going to pay $1.65, and that's 63%. Fepi, $1.08, 37%. GUI, this is the Google ETF, is going to pay 69 cents, and that's only 67%. ORK is going to pay 31 cents, and that's 46%. Robly, this is a Roblox ETF, it's going to pay $2.07, and that's 50%. Snowy will pay $1.13, and that's about 88%. So this is the one that pays the most in terms of yield. When it comes to these single stock ETFs, Tesla will pay about 39 cents, and that's about 66%. As you all know, Tesla is an ETF that has been from the beginning of YieldMax. So this has been paying for a long time, and it always range between 40, the lowest I've seen, all the way to over 100%. But lately they've been paying less than 100. TSMY, 38 cents, and that's about 33%. Shomo ExxonMobil ETF will pay 29 cents, and that's about 31%. YBit, an ETF that has exposure to crypto, will pay only 28 cents, and that's 36%. As you can see, the distributions are not as huge, but it is what it is. Sometimes they pay higher, sometimes they pay lower. So it depends which ETF you own, and you're going to get what you get this week. But for people who are new and let's say you want to start investing in these ETFs and you want to get those distributions for this week, you have to make sure that you own one of those ETFs by end of today, because you need to be on a record tomorrow. I'll remind you again, today is September 3rd. And if you buy today, settlement today is 1 day, meaning by tomorrow, you'll be on a record. And on Friday, you will receive distributions from these ETFs. And another ETF provider that has announced distribution for this week is Roundhill. As you know, Roundhill pays a distribution for these three ETF, pretty much the same as YieldMax on the same date. And ex-date and record date for these three ETFs will be tomorrow, September 4th. And payment will be on Friday. How much you're going to get will be 21 cents for XDTE, 29 cents for QDTE, and 32 cents for RDTE. So if you don't want to miss any of these distributions, make sure you own by tomorrow. Remember, these ETFs used to be popular, especially XDTE and QDTE. I see the popularity of this ETF came down a little bit, but I can see one of these three ETFs, very solid foundation to add to your other ETFs. And especially if you own just a bunch of YieldMax ETFs, these can be an additional to kind of balance your portfolio, because you need ETF from different providers. That way you have that blend of different strategies from different companies. I know YieldMax has these 0 day to expiry cover call ETFs, but they just have a different strategy. The way they do their call is just a different than the way Roundhill does. So that's just a quick update for this week distribution from YieldMax ETFs and Roundhill Investment. And I just remind you again, if you don't want to miss any of this distribution, make sure you buy them by the end of today. You'll be on record tomorrow, and by Friday you'll receive this week distributions. So if you don't want to miss any of the important updates for your income ETFs, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification button so you can always receive updates whenever I release a new video. And if you find value in this video, please smash the like button. And also, it's going to be nice if you share with someone who you think this video might help. So thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.